On this full moon in Cancer on January 13th of 2025, when even the moon occulted Mars, where Mars appeared to pass behind the moon and then pop out on the other side. And then I think it's the moon conjuncting Neptune or trining. It's creating something that is actually quite beneficial. One of the more beneficial aspects in astrology. And today, there's this beauty and love and growth and letting go of and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel after weeks, if not months, of just this heavy, oppressive energy. And many of us have gone through this. Not all of us, but many of us feeling this heaviness that has created so much intensity within our own lives. But for good reason. Because it has been forcing so many of us to look at what we really want and what we really don't. What's holding us back and what isn't. And also giving us a sort of barometer of how much we have changed in this past year. And how we are maybe no longer the person we once were. And in the recognition of that, it is a bit scary. Because it forces you to have to let go of the old parts of yourself that you always felt were going to be a part of you, that you defined yourself from. You defined yourself as, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is who I am, and I will always stick to this. Yet here we are, faced with even the changes, even change in our identity, our ego, who we thought we always were going to be. The purging we've undergone has peeled away those layers, has burnt away those parts of the past that no longer define who we are or make up who we are. We have freed ourselves and cleared the slate to build something new, something better, something that creates the true happiness in which we seek, the real and true authentic life that we want to live. One of love and joy, happiness, where we don't have to sacrifice and suffer just for the sake of others, especially if it is something that we do not find resonance with. And of course there will be differences. There will be differences, of course. And we must embrace those differences and love them for what they are. But we also have to understand that sometimes there are situations in our lives where the differences of another soul can be taxing, burdensome, heavy, draining. And though they're not wrong in feeling the differences that they feel and having the perspective that they have, it may be something that is such at a level of dissonance for us that it affects our literal being, our physical capacity. And while we can still express and experience compassion towards these people and love towards these people, there are times where we have to understand that boundaries are needed. Because if this difference is something that does drain, that does force you to give your power away or force you to have to wear a mask and not be able to express the truth of who you are, then that is a difference that is in dissonance, where we have to be like, enough is enough, where the love of who we are and our happiness has to take front and center. Because it is often in these situations where we are faced with such differences that no matter what we do or say or show, those with these types of differences refuse to see how it could be negatively impacting those around them and not care or not want to change it, for they find comfort in being this type of person, this type of energy. And yes, of course, maybe they're meant to be this way. Because oftentimes it's those who we view as the bad guys in our life that are our greatest teachers. The ones that give us the confidence to be like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be like this. They often serve as the catalyst that we need in our lives to become the person that we are meant to become. And so there is a gratitude for those with differences we may find difficult to be around, to give our power away to be drained by, to be in dissonance to it. And in order to truly change the world, of course, this world being a place where all are accepted, even in these differences, the ones that drain, we still do have to have space for those who are ready to change. Ready to heal, ready to embody a more loving way of being. For we are stepping into a more heartfelt and heart-based society. Less mind, more heart. Less masculine, go, 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 and more feminine, receptive, resting, observing, nurturing. And that nurturing even includes ourselves. That ability to hold space for love and to love all is also for ourselves too. Because for when we love ourselves, then our cups overflow and we can share that love with all of those around us and have the capacity to hold more love and more compassion for those whom we may find intense differences with, even, so that when and if they are ready to finally heal these aspects that create drain or hardship for others, then we will be there to be the bridge to help them learn how to come back into the natural state of being of love. And until then, and as these moments are unfolding and creating more spaces in which all are welcome, and spaces which people are ready to heal, as we are witnessing this unfolding and as we wait for it to really take off, or really begin becoming the norm, we still do have to practice our boundaries in situations where maybe someone is not ready to heal. Because in practicing these boundaries, we are exercising self-love. And in exercising self-love, we are prioritizing our happiness, our joy, our peace. Because when we prioritize these aspects, our own joy, our own happiness, our own peace, then it ripples out those vibrations of love, gratitude, peace, and joy, and affects others and shows others that it's safe to feel this way. It shows others that it is okay to follow this path, and that by simply changing our lives to encompass more of this love and joy and gratitude, even for self, that it is this very thing that will change the world. Because it inspires others, it ripples out, it affects others, and then they begin to live in more aligned ways that are more authentic to their truth, to their hearts, to what they truly love. And people begin to see, well, wait a second, I don't have to live by everybody else's rules. I can live by the rule of my heart. And when I do that, I'm a happier person, I'm a better person, I'm a kinder person, and I can actually be the person that I truly want to be. And that is incredibly inspirational to so many. And it ripples out, affects others, shows them it's okay for them to do the same. And eventually, the ripple effect becomes so profound, it changes the world. For we are literally witnessing the transition into a more heart-based, loving, and accepting society, where we are not so boxed in by rules, regulations, and obligations. Aria indara sutu tuka ai shikatari ati ai ataki atari sutu uta ka ataki ia tersu. Ada tuku taski shitaketi I inke tersu matri I shitatati I. Ai indara tu tersu dai ai andari andai asantu ai dari tu. Ia nara ashon shontai ati. Aria tu Ia nan ya tu o shatai.